Back on Sports Fit, Paulie and Teddy. Follow us on Twitter at Teddy_covers and at Paulie Howard. To the deep dive, we'll recap the college football weekend. Bad beats. Central Florida, Scott Frost doing a great job. They were laying 3.5. They led the whole way till the last play of the game. Temple wins.
Oh, yeah. Brutal beat if you had UCF in that ballgame, -3 and a hook. And, of course, it wasn't really any better if you had the over in that contest. The two teams combined to go 1-7, 1 for 7 on fourth downs. And, of course, the final 26-25 after, you know what it was, Paulie, the missed 2-point conversion. The total closed 51.5, 26-25 final. Ouch.
They were ready to run Charlie Strong out of town. The bags were packed. Texas trailed at the half at home against Iowa State, and Iowa State was catching 17, but they don't get the money.
No, I mean, they let Texas outright at halftime. Outscored 24-0 after the break. Longhorn wins and cover. Charlie Strong safe for at least one more week. You and I were on Twitter during this game, Paulie, talking about what was going on with Charlie Strong, and like they were ready to rebel in Austin. And think about it. In the last 3 weeks, Iowa State led Baylor, Oklahoma State, and Texas at halftime. They lost the combined second half by 44 points and did not get the money in this one.
Here's a horrible beat. If you had Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee under 75.5, it was 60, sitting on 60 at the end of regulation, and then overtime pushed it over.
Yeah, but if you're betting Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee under, you know what? Those are the type of beats you're going to take. That's bridge jumping, man. Those are two teams that are all offense, no defense. Been that way for years, and even though it took overtime to get there, tough beat, bad beat, but you know, that's a bridge jumper kind of bet.
Yep. NC State on the money line. 3 missed field goals. Come on. I mean, that was horrible down. The final possession, they lost 4 yards on their final play. They let the clock run all the way down to 2 seconds, and you knew the kid was going to miss from 33. Clemson, very low. Now, I know they fumbled at the one. There was a pick six, but Clemson did deserve to win that game.
No, Clemson made enough mistakes to lose, but NC State couldn't take it from them. But if you had NC, the Wolfpack on the money line, they were plus 900, plus 1,000, and that late field goal, after 2 previous missed field goals, is just a brutal beat. And of course, Clemson not a right side. The books did very well on that game. Clemson bet up from -17.5 up to -21 and needed overtime to beat NC State.
2 totals, great finish in the Houston game. Tulsa, Houston, it's sitting on 69. It's at 69.5 the total. It's on 69. An unbelievable tackle by Houston at the goal line. Looks like the Tulsa kid's going to score. They stop them. They win the game. And LSU Southern Miss closed 55.5. It lands 55.
Yeah, LSU did their part, but Southern Miss offense didn't work. But that tackle for
Great
Houston.
Tackle.
Oh, my God, what a tackle. I mean, you look at it, you're like, oh, touchdown. Oh, no, he's stuffed. No, you didn't. You know, it was amazing. It was, but Tulsa moneyline bettors didn't like that tackle either, any more than over bettors did. Both brutal. But, you know, that's football sometimes.
Yeah, all right, this is always fun. Bad bets. What the hell? Friday night, Louisville. What happened? Laying 35. They're lucky they won. A controversial roughing the kicker penalty. Duke was going to get the ball down 3, but roughing the kicker, first down. Jackson takes it in. Louisville survives 24-14, and Virginia Tech bet up from 18-23. They lost by 2 touchdowns at Syracuse.
Yeah, lost outright. They never led in that ball game. What about Sparty, Michigan State? You know, I mean, we're talking about all these teams. Louisville takes a ton of money, never sniffs a cover. Virginia Tech takes a ton of money, never sniffs a cover. I don't know if Sparty ever really sniffed a cover either. They bet from -4 to -6. Hasn't anyone watched Michigan State yet this year? I mean, they had one impressive win. That came at Notre Dame. And guess what? That's not an impressive win anymore. That's been totally devalued. Northwestern hangs 54 on the Spartans.
Florida State bet up to 23.5 against Wake. Hard to cover 23.5 when you score 17. And all Notre Dame is horrible. No McCaffrey. 10-0 Irish at the half. They lose the game at home against Stanford.
Yeah, and a ton of Notre Dame money. Remember, on the news that McCaffrey was out, it went from 2.5 to 3 with juice. There were 3.5s out there. Rough year for Brian Kelly.
Yes. Oh, I didn't understand this at all either. Ole Miss as high as 10 against Arkansas on the road.
Yeah, they kept on saying, Ole Miss is the best 2-loss team in the country.
Bullshit.
Well, now they're the best 3-loss team in the country.
Yeah, right.
You know, I had a bit of Arkansas in my pocket, and I didn't understand. I didn't understand the bet. But steamed as high as 10, and they lost outright. They never led by more than 3, and they trailed nearly wire to wire. So much for the bye week with double revenge motif didn't make any difference. Arkansas gets the straight-up win as home dog.
All right, this will be fun, too. Bad for the books, and a lot of these games all on national television. The early game, Oklahoma against K-State. Oklahoma bet from 10 up to 14. Jesse Ertz got hurt, the K-State quarterback. Sooners win by 21. And remember those bulletin board comments about it's easy to tackle P. Ryan and Mixon. Baker Mayfield in the group they were fired up with those comments.
Though it's funny, when I watched the game, that's all I was thinking about the whole time. And I'm like, they are kind of easier to tackle than I thought they were. They went down again and again. K-State wasn't a wrong side there. The quarterback got hurt, but the books got bombed on this game. Oklahoma opened 10, closed 14, national TV loser. Same thing with Nebraska, Indiana. This was a brutal result because it landed right in the middle. TV games open Huskers -7, close Huskers -3.5, and it lands with Nebraska winning by 5. Wise guys cleaned up on that game.
I still don't know if West Virginia's good. We went from 1.5 dogs up to a 3-point favorite. They won by 5 scores at Texas Tech. All you do is run against that horrible defense. They cannot tackle. And here we go, Alabama. Bet all the way up to 13.5 at Tennessee. Tennessee finally ran out of gas. And, come on. You have to factor in the defensive or special teams touchdown every week with Alabama. It's 9 games in a row.
9 games in a row. They have 11 in 7 games this season. They have 21 non-offensive touchdowns. Not getting the ball in good field position. Touchdowns since last October. What does that do? It makes it brutal to factor in the power ratings. And the opposing, when you're looking at the stats, you say, oh, Alabama's overachieving their stats. Alabama's overachieving their stats. And you get cheaper lines on Alabama. But you're not really getting cheaper lines on Alabama. This team scores offense, defense, special teams every single week. And, of course, it was another TV game. Lots of Bama money, and it all cashed.
Not only was it a TV game, it was a 7-point move. USC from 7 up to 14. Beat Arizona 48-14.
Oh, that was just a true throttling. Arizona, their season's falling apart in a big hurry right about now, and USC takes the money. This was a disastrous result for the house. And the Wise Guy special. Oregon State from +12 to +7 against Utah. The Utes win by only 5 after that late backdoor score from the Gary Andersons. And, of course, the under was bet from 50.5 down to 43 in that ballgame. 33 points final. So Wise Guys cash on the side and the total. A lousy result for the books.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Go to sbrodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.